Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 11, The Heiress. Welcome back to Star Wars guys. How are you doing? And today, guys, I'm going to be giving my thoughts and review for Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 11. So if you guys have not seen Chapter 11 of The Mandalorian, go watch it right now because it was absolutely amazing. So this is going to be major spoilers for the episode. So if you have not seen it, go watch it and then come back to this video. So what were my thoughts on this episode of The Mandalorian Season 2? And personally, in my opinion, this is my favorite episode out of all the Mandalorian episodes. It just beats everyone else. Chapter 11 is absolutely amazing. If you are a Clone Wars and Rebels fan, you will absolutely love this episode. It was just the best thing ever, dude. A solid 10 out of 10 for me. I just absolutely love this episode. Even though the episode's only 35 minutes long, it is probably the best 35 minutes of Star Wars that I've ever seen since the Clone Wars. It's probably the best 35 minutes I've seen of Star Wars since the finale of the Clone Wars. So yeah, it's just so good. There's just so much stuff that happened in this episode, like the reveal of Bo-Katan being in it with the Night Owls, the name drop of Ahsoka Tano. Oh my god, that's great. There's some amazing action scenes with the Mandalorians and all of that. There's some some more mentions of the Darksaber, Moff Gideon, of course, Bo-Katan trying to reclaim the Darksaber to rule Mandalore. It's just absolutely amazing. So let's jump into some highlights of the episode. So some of the highlights in this episode for me personally is of course the beginning scene when we're like crash landing onto the planet, you know, going into hyperspace with the Razor Crest. I feel like the Razor Crest just doesn't seem to get a break. It's always being beat up and all that stuff. It just never seems to get a break. So yeah, that beginning scene was absolutely amazing. Like going down, and then that AT-8, like that repurposed AT-AT like crane that lifted up the Razor Crest from after falling in the water. It was just a really cool scene. And then we also have like the Frog Lady meeting back up with her husband. It was just all a really good beginning to this episode. And I also love seeing Mon Calamari and also the Quarren as well. I thought that was just really cool. So then when they were on the boat, when Mando and Baby Yoda were on the boat with the Quarren, we don't normally see boats in Star Wars, so I thought this was really cool. But of course it turned out that this was a trap by the Quarren, so they trapped Baby Yoda and Mando in this watered kind of cage. Of course they just wanted his Beskar, but then out of nowhere, Mando's come out from the sky and just save the day. And when I realized that this was Bo-Katan and the Night Owls, I absolutely freaked out. I was so excited. I could not contain my excitement for this because oh my god, it's Bo-Katan in live action. It was absolutely amazing. And I was a little worried that Bo-Katan in live action wasn't going to be the best, but oh, I was wrong. This is like the perfect translation from animation to live action. Bo-Katan works perfectly in live action, and the actor that plays Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian was the same person who voiced Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars and Rebels, so this just works out perfectly. She does an absolutely amazing job. Bo-Katan is amazing in live action. The armor looks amazing, and Bo-Katan herself looks great. I also like that they talked a little bit about why Mando does not remove his helmet, and of course Bo-Katan and the Night Owls do. It was apparently that the Mando is a child of the Watch, or Death Watch, which of course Bo-Katan and her people aren't a part of. They're not child. They were a part of Death Watch, but they're not like the child of the Watch. And pretty much what the child of the Watch is, they're pretty much like a cult of the Mandalorians that are trying to bring back like the old ancient Mandalorian ways, where of course they don't remove their helmets. So that's why Bo-Katan removes the helmets and Mando does not. So I thought that was really cool that they touched on that and mentioned that. I thought that was really nice. Of course, later on in the episode, Bo-Katan obviously knows where a Jedi is that Mando can, of course, go and find. Of course, that Jedi is Ahsoka Tano. Well, she's not really a Jedi anymore, but of course, a Force user. So Mando needs to help Bo-Katan and the other Night Owls with a little mission, of course, against the Empire. They have like they pretty much have to take down an Imperial ship, which I thought this was a really cool scene. Just a bunch of action. It was really cool. And I loved when Mando went out into the hallway and just took all the shots from the stormtroopers. This was such a cool scene, and I absolutely loved it because that's why it pays off to have really strong armor, because he was just taking all the blaster shots, and then when he threw out those grenades, that was just a great scene. We also had a little bit of Moff Gideon in the episode as well. You know, long live the Empire. I thought that was a really cool line. Then we also had more mentions of the Darksaber. Of course, Bo-Katan needs the one thing to, of course, rule Mandalore, and that one thing is the Darksaber. So, of course, she's trying to reclaim the Darksaber, which, of course, was stolen from her by Moff Gideon during the Great Mandalorian Purge. So she's obviously trying to reclaim it from him to, of course, rule Mandalore once again. So I absolutely love this. And, of course, at the end, we of course got a name drop of Ahsoka Tano, which, oh my god, this is amazing. So that probably means that we're probably going to be seeing Ahsoka Tano in either the next episode or the one after that. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Ahsoka Tano pretty soon. And I was originally worried about Ahsoka Tano as well, but you know, in live action form. But now what they've done with Bo-Katan and made her absolutely amazing in live action, I trust Dave and Favreau will make Ahsoka absolutely amazing in live action as well. So I think we're in store for some great Star Wars in the next couple of weeks. Something that I don't necessarily want to happen in the show is some stuff with Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorians, with them trying to like reclaim Mandalore and rule Mandalore again. Like, I don't necessarily want to see that go into too much depth, because of course this is the Mandalorian show, so I want to be mainly focused on the Mandalorian himself, Din Djarin, and not all this other stuff, because I'm fine with maybe another episode with Bo-Katan, maybe trying to take back the Darksaber from Moff Gideon. Maybe that would be like at the end of the season, maybe once Moff Gideon dies, or if they kill him, and then Bo-Katan of course can get the Darksaber back. But I don't really want to see like a huge story of them trying to rule Mandalore, reclaiming Mandalore, and all that stuff, because yeah, I wanted the show to be focused on the Mandalorian himself and not go into all this other stuff. So I am a little worried about that I might drift off into this huge story of Bo-Katan and these other Mandalorians doing all that stuff. Like, I don't necessarily want to see that in the show. I would love to see it, but not necessarily in this show. But anyways, guys, this episode of The Mandalorian was absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10. Probably my favorite episode of The Mandalorian so far. So let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What would you give it out of 10? But anyways, guys, pretty much all I'll talk about in this video, guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.